Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lowdown episode 3 with Lowco. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend and are ready for some really exciting news around the sphere of everything. Tagline is definitely still in production. But yes, if you guys haven't seen the Lowdown before, this is basically my stream, but better. So great to have you guys for today's show. We got a lot to talk about. We've got some updates from last week's show. We've got some more Cyberpunk stuff, of course. We got a new Cyberpunk console announced. We got some fun facts, some news about Twitch, a lot of streaming related things today, Fallout 76 news, and more. So glad you guys can join us for today's show. Okay, so let's get to the first bit of news. The first bit of news has to do with the show itself. We are looking for a writer/producer role for Lowdown with Lowco. So we're looking for someone who can basically help write the script week to week. So requirements: be able to write complete sentences, hopefully kind of elegantly, maybe have a sense of humor. That would be a nice little plus. That's not required. Organizational skills, and be able to use the internet and research true things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, ! Apply in chat for more information, or check the link in the description below. This is a paid entry level part-time position. So if you're looking to make some money and get some experience as being a writer/producer, you don't need any tech knowledge. It's mostly just writing and preparing the show week to week. ! Again, check the link in chat, or below the VOD. Okay, thank you. Hopefully we get someone soon, because this is a lot of work and I need help. So, all right, anyways. We have an update from Twitch regarding watch parties. We talked about it last week. Watch parties has been extended to all partners and affiliates in the United States. So that's pretty cool. If you're an affiliate and you've been wanting to start your own watch party, you now can. The plan is to obviously continue to expand coverage to around the world in the coming months. Twitch watch parties allows you to get together with your community and watch select shows and movies available through Amazon Prime. You need to have Amazon Prime as both the streamer and the viewers have to have it as well. So it is a little bit restrictive, but it is a fun, free little tool that you can use to hang out with your community if you want to throw a movie night. So check it out. Next, we have an update from Valorant. A couple different things. You know, we talked a little bit this week about the anti-cheat system, Vanguard. Riot is offering bug bounties for finding security flaws in the anti-cheat system. Vanguard has drawn a lot of criticism since Valorant's closed beta. There was a large concern over the possibility of the anti-cheat system being exploited, but also with how the anti-cheat itself worked. People aren't a fan of Vanguard being forced to run at computer startup and how potentially invasive it is. Following the likes of Valve, Rockstar, and Microsoft, Riot will now offer money for those who can find security vulnerabilities in their system. Bounties for up to $100,000 can be had for high-quality reports that properly demonstrate how Vanguard can be exploited. So pretty powerful stuff there. You know, obviously Riot is really trying to, you know, make their anti-cheat system top of the line. Cheating in these type of competitive games can really make or break a game. You know, CSGO obviously has a lot of success, but is definitely plagued, even at the highest levels, by cheating. So Riot is trying to hopefully, you know, avoid avoid having too much rampant cheating going on, and putting money on the line for people that can find exploits is obviously could be beneficial. You know, if you want to make 100 grand, you know, there you go. But yeah, we'll see how, like, especially when this game is open to everyone, we'll see how tough Vanguard is as an anti-cheat system for Valorant. Obviously, with more people accessing the game, the more likely cheats are going to be getting through. Also, regarding Valorant, we have a little bit of controversy because of the drop system. We talked about the drop system extensively last week. But one thing that we didn't touch on on the show is the 24/7 live streams that are happening. And I put out a tweet a couple days ago about the situation. I said Twitch really needs to do something about these 24/7 Valorant channels. A stream that is not live should not be listed in a directory with channels that are. This is damaging to other streamers, viewers, and the platform as a whole. If you look at the top category or the top channels on Valorant, a lot of them are 24/7 channels. These channels are not live. They're just VODs that are being rerun, but not even using Twitch's rerun system, using the live stream system. So it just goes under the same category. It's marked as live, and it is an abuse of the system. And I'm surprised that Twitch hasn't really said anything yet. We haven't heard anything officially from Twitch. I don't think we've had any punishments for what's happening in the directory right now. It's kind of a mess, and these problems are actually not new. I actually got some really interesting responses to this tweet because this is a problem in the creative categories around Twitch, in the music channels especially. I heard a lot about the music directory that are being just smothered by 24/7 channels when there are people actually trying to create fresh content and they're being, you know, bogged down. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And this is actually interesting because Mixer has had this problem in the past, and they actually addressed it, I think, a few months ago, I want to say, which actually, or Mixer actually addressed this issue and put a stop to the 24/7 channels. Twitch needs to do something. Like, the Valorant issue has, you know, put this 24/7 problem on the forefront, you know, so hopefully they kind of address this. And I don't know if it's strictly against TOS, but they really need to do something about this because it's gaming the system. It's really unfair for creators that are trying to be live and competing against these channels that are just farming the viewers from the top. Like, that sucks. And I get that people want their drops, but you can get drops anywhere. It really defeats the purpose of Twitch as a live streaming platform. To me, it's really harmful. And, you know, in terms of viewers, like, you know, if you can't trust that a stream is live, then what is the value of Twitch? Twitch is not a good VOD platform at all. Like, if you're comparing it to YouTube, it's far inferior. So I don't know. I think Twitch needs to put their foot down soon and not wait until, you know, until all these streamers have benefited and there's no value in even streaming and competing in the Valorant directory. You know what I mean? Like, they need to do something now before it's, like, too late, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. We had Asmongold actually put out a video on Twitter with his criticisms, and it drew a lot of attention, especially from, like, a lot of larger streamers. And I can't imagine that Twitch did not see it. It had like 3,000 retweets or something last time I checked. Made some really good points. If you want to check it on Twitter, we'll include the link for you to check it out. We will probably watch it sometime this week on the stream and kind of go over the points because he makes a lot of really great points that I think are worth talking about. And we'll see what happens. You know, this is a widespread issue. Valorant has put this on the forefront, but it really is a widespread issue. So We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Valorant drop system and you know, the 24/7 issue that we're seeing with the directory right now, with these top streamers getting 100,000 viewers that could be elsewhere watching someone actually live. It damages every streamer, not even like the top streamers, but people at the bottom too, like people trying to, the mid-tier streamers that are trying to make it, right? They're so far down because of these categories. Like people just click on the top channel in a category to watch. So Twitch needs to do something ASAP about it. And I would be surprised if they don't do something this week. And if they don't, shame on them, really. Shame on them. Okay. Today in history. On this day in 1836, cheese. No, just kidding. The territory of Wisconsin was created by an act of the United States Congress. By fall of that year, the best prairie groves of the counties surrounding what is now Milwaukee were occupied by farmers from the New England states. 12 years later, on May 29th, 1848, Wisconsin became the 30th state to join the Union. Wisconsin is the #1 cheese producing state, making 26% of the country's cheese. Wow. Wisconsin cheesemakers use about 90% of Wisconsin's milk supply to make more than 2 billion pounds of cheese every single year. That is a lot of cheese. And that is something to get excited about because I love cheese. I don't know about you guys. But I do love me some stinky cheese. Wisconsin, happy birthday. We got some gaming news for you guys. Indie devs are creating a Seinfeld game. Oh my gosh, who's seen Seinfeld? Who hasn't seen Seinfeld, actually? It's more of the question. You know what I'm saying? Created behind the point-and-click adventure game Paradigm is working on the Seinfeld game, relying on the internet to spread the word to get the attention of anyone who can help them secure the rights for the game. Dubbed, quote, the video game about nothing, end quote. Goal is to make a point-and-click adventure game with a brand new story revolving around the Seinfeld characters, remaining faithful to the tone/theme of the show. Can play as Jerry, George, or Elaine, but not Kramer, as he's a wild card and can't be controlled. And we have a trailer for you guys. Let me get this pulled up real quick here. We've got a trailer for you guys. Let's check it out. Here we go.
You ever wanted to be a terrible person with no consequences? Live in a nice apartment in New York and complain about the tiny little inconveniences ruining your life? Now you can with Seinfeld, the game about nothing. Play as Jerry, George, Elaine, but not Kramer. No one can control Kramer. No one. Experience for yourself what it's like to be a lovable, compulsive liar. Feel as if you were dumping beautiful women in New York for trivial reasons yourself. Entertainment Weekly says, being able to play Elaine alone is sponge-worthy. New York Times says, who needs violent video games? Being Jerry Seinfeld is the ultimate power fantasy.
Hey, this is Jacob and this is Ivan over here, and we made this. We'd really appreciate your help sharing this around. It'd really help us prove how much people actually want this.
So yeah, if that's something that sounds like you're interested in, you can check it out at seinfeldgame.com. I love the graphics. Seems super, super, super cute. The trailer was released 3 days ago. This trailer that you just watched, and it already has over 77,000 views. So clearly, people want a Seinfeld game. So yeah, if you want it, check it out. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Either way, it does. The concept is super cute. Super, super cute. Speaking of games, that was a lame segue. I'm sorry. We have Pokemon Pink coming out. No, I'm just kidding. But it could have been a game. Back in 2018, a hacker reportedly breached Nintendo's internal network, allowing him to gain access to sensitive information belonging to the Japanese company. According to the assets, Game Freak was at one point considering developing a Pokemon Pink, perhaps as a companion game to Pokemon Yellow. Whoa! We need some Pokemon Pink in our lives, guys. The leading theory was that Clefairy would have been front and center because, according to online theories, Clefairy was actually supposed to be the series' mascot before Pikachu took reins. The leak also contains audio files that suggested that Game Freak wanted to make the game sound like the anime, something tested with Pokemon Yellow. Dr. Lava, a Pokemon historian known in the community. Dr. Lava, that is an awesome name. They said, I don't think there's ever been something on the scale that's come out and has been faked. Lots of prototypes have been leaked over the years, but a convincing fake of the scale has never been produced. More than half of it still hasn't leaked, Dr. Lava says, although we've likely seen the more interesting half by now. Could you imagine having a Pokemon Pink? Or could you even imagine having Clefairy as the lead? I mean, if you guys didn't know, my favorite number is 25, which is because of Pikachu. And my username, Lowco2525, my original username anyways, came from that number, from Pikachu. It all stemmed from there. So could you imagine if it was actually Clefairy as the main? I mean, what is even Clefairy's number? Like 16 or something? I don't know. What is it? 28? No, it's not 28. It's somewhere around there. Lowco 16. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. You know what I mean? Lowco 16. It's not 16, but whatever. We're going to say it's 16 for this episode. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. We don't have a Pokemon Pink considering every other color. We now have like Sapphire Blue and Sky Blue and, you know, Ocean Blue. I mean, we've got every weird shade of obscure color, but not a pink. Clefairy 35. So instead of Lowco 2525, it would have been Lowco 3535. I mean, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, that is true. Every other Pokemon game it always comes out in twos. Red, blue, silver, gold. Well, Sapphire. Sapphire was, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. But yeah, Pokemon Pink. Maybe it'll happen one day. Oh, Ruby. Sapphire came with Ruby, right? Right. Great point. But yeah. We also have another fun fact about this day in history. Tetsuo Fukuda founded Data East. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I'm going to say it with confidence. The company originally made interchangeable arcade tapes, but swiftly moved to game development in the mid-80s. Data East declared bankruptcy in 2003 and shut down soon thereafter. F's in chat. You may know them best for Burger Time and Bad Dudes. Burger Time Party released on the Switch October 1st, 2019, a Nintendo Switch makeover of the arcade classic with burger building challenges for up to 4 players. We have a link to some Bad Dudes gameplay, but I don't know if you guys want to see this. It is some retro style games right here. Yeah, this was 1976. Pepperonis and pepperonis. Burger Time. Burger Time. I never played that either. Back to some Twitch related news. Twitch is becoming more of a central place for entertainment during quarantine among celebrities. We had Ben Affleck teaming up with hunger relief organization Hunger America and held an online celebrity tournament on April 11th. Among Affleck was Tom Brady, Matt Damon, Bryan Cranston, Adam Levine, Sarah Silverman, Tobey Maguire, John Hamm, and more. We also had we have The Mountain from Game of Thrones. They've been streaming on Twitch, and you even had Game of Thrones co-star Maisie Williams showing interest in streaming some Animal Crossing on Twitch as well and asking how that works. As time goes on, more mainstream celebrities are spending time on Twitch. Some have been streaming for a while now. Chandler Riggs, who is Carl Grimes from The Walking Dead, has been doing GTA RP. T-Pain and Herman Lee from Dragon Force has been signed on with OPG for a while now. And it really does, this whole situation has been really just putting Twitch on mainstream. And I think we talked a little bit about this last week. Twitch was mentioned in Saturday Night Live by name. People making fun of esports and gaming and streaming. But it is no doubt that esports and content creation or in terms of like live content creation, are definitely on the forefront of entertainment, while things like traditional sports are shut down, and production for movies and TV shows are getting held up and delayed. And it really is an interesting time to be a streamer right now. And who knows, maybe one day we could get someone on our show to talk about their experience streaming. This is a public call out. If there's any celebrities watching right now that want to be on the show and hang out, it's a good time. I mean, you look at this production value. You can't go wrong here hanging out with the Loonies. That's what I'll say. So, feel free to hit up my agent, just me, if you want to be on the show, or just tweet at me. I'll get you guys on the show. Maisie Williams, let's hang out. We'll play Animal Crossing. Anyways. We had if you guys haven't heard of Games Done Quick, that is a twice a year charity speed running marathon that raises millions of dollars for charity every single year. This weekend they put on Corona Relief Done Quick, CRDQ, a speed running charity event that raised over $400,000 for charity in just a weekend. An incredible event put on just within a few weeks. Interesting speed runs included KOTOR, Alien Isolation, and Doom Eternal. Basically, you watch the live stream, you can donate. There's a bunch of incentives, and people are trying to complete the game as fast as possible, usually using glitches and bugs that are in the game. Games Done Quick is an incredible organization that really showcases the power of gamers and streamers, raising millions for charity every year as one of the largest charity events to take place on Twitch. So big ups to Games Done Quick for raising nearly $500,000 within a weekend for the relief efforts. Amazing. Amazing. Also, we do have a special guest joining us. Will be joining us very, very soon. KillerPotetMoses is our special guest on today's show. He will be joining us in just a little bit. We have a few more segments to go through, but I do want to let you guys know so you have something to look forward to. KillerPotetMoses is one of our mods, has been a longtime mod, and we're going to learn more about him. Did you guys know that he's a Viking? That's awesome. Amazing. On this day in 1986, geez, Michael Jordan's not that old. This day in 1986, Michael Jordan set the NBA playoff record by scoring 63 points against the Celtics. It's not Celtics, right? Just kidding. Michael Jordan had to sit out much of his second season due to a broken foot. However, he returned in time to join his team in the playoffs. In Game 2 of the first round series against the Celtics, Jordan scored 63 points, a record that still stands to this day. That is insane. The Celtics star forward Larry Bird said, quote, "He is the most exciting, awesome player in the game today. I think it's just God disguised as Michael Jordan." Despite scoring 63 points, the Bulls lost to the Celtics in double overtime. Sorry to put a damper on today's sports ball fact for you guys. Also, I believe ESPN aired last night a documentary called The Last Dance. which was about Michael Jordan's history. I maybe should have prepared this segment better, but yes, I'm pretty sure. The 10-part documentary that started last night. Awesome. Yeah. So that is on ESPN. It's a thing. It's about Michael Jordan. If you want to learn more. An incredible player in NBA in basketball, setting records left and right. One of the best players to play the game. Fallout 76. Wow. Fallout 76? Why are we talking about Fallout 76? What the heck? Fallout 76 is looking to be an almost No Man's Sky redemption story. I know. Fallout 76 has been a huge disappointment, since launch. Really just wasn't what everyone anticipated. It was fully released and really felt like an early access game. But Bethesda has been updating the game like crazy over the past year, and it's definitely getting a lot better. A lot of players are coming back to it. It's looking far better than what it did at launch. There was an update recently. Fallout 76 was released on Steam on April 14th, and while the game had one of the worst launches in history, it seems the game has gone under many positive changes, resulting in mostly positive review on Steam, with 79% of the 4,799 reviews. The game was originally released on the Bethesda launcher, so that's why April 14th, you're like, whoa, it came out a week ago? No. It has been on the Bethesda launcher and then recently released to Steam, which is interesting because we've actually seen this in the past. We saw this most recently with Sea of Thieves, which was originally just on the Microsoft Store. That has gone to Steam as well. Games are... it's just hard to compete with Steam in terms of player base. When you need an influx of players, keeping your game just to one launcher is just not going to work out. Like, Steam has the biggest player base by far, and it's hard to compete with that. These companies try to keep the game on their own platform, but it just doesn't work. And Sea of Thieves is another one that just needed an injection of players. Like, it had a decent launch and has had a lot of updates since. Really, there's a lot of parallels between, I think, Sea of Thieves and Fallout 76 in terms of launch and progression since. And there's been a new Wastelanders update for Fallout 76. It's been fairly well received. It's brought NPCs, some quality of life improvements, more dialogue options. I believe there's like a housing system now. My roommate actually said the update has made this game better than Fallout 4. So a lot of high praise coming for Fallout 76. Definitely could be worth another look if you haven't played it in a while. It still definitely has ways to go. I'm still hearing some criticism about what's missing and lacking in Fallout 76, but definitely hearing a lot better things than I did at launch. So we'll see what happens. It seems like Bethesda hasn't given up on it, which I'm not surprised, and I'm hopeful that Bethesda can continue to make this game match what they envision, and I think what a lot of the players envision with an online Fallout. There was so much hype for this when it was announced at E3 a couple years ago. A lot of expectations, and it really just never met those expectations. So we'll see if it can redeem itself with more updates to come, I'm sure. And we actually, I think we talked about it last week. We had like a No Man's Sky update as well. So No Man's Sky is another game that, started really bad at launch, but has made a ton of free improvements over the years and has really just been so much better. So fingers crossed for Fallout 76. I don't know about you guys, but I personally hate to see games fail. I want Fallout 76 to succeed. I want a good online multiplayer Fallout game. I want them to do well. I'm not rooting against them. I'm definitely rooting for them. So let me know in the comments below, like, what you guys think about Fallout 76. Are you guys playing it? Have you checked it out again? Let me know. Okay, so next up, we are going to have our guest, KillerPotetMoses, join us, our Meet a Looney segment. This is the first time we're actually going to be talking with one of our own here in the Looney Bin, trying to just get to know him a little bit better. Did you know that he's a Viking? Did you know that he enjoys rock climbing? Well, you didn't know Moses before. You're going to get to know him now in our next segment. We will be right back in just a minute. I'm going to get him on the line, and we're going to meet Moses. And then after that, we've got information about a Cyberpunk Xbox that's coming out. We had news about Ninja streaming on Mixer and a little discussion about that. Facebook Gaming going to be launching an app and much, much more. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a few minutes with our Meet a Looney segment. We'll be right back. This is the Lowdown. Don't go anywhere. And we're back with our guests, our first Looney guest segment. KillerPotetMoses is joining us on the line here. Moses, say hi to the Loonies.
Save me, Fixic. Hello. Hello, chat. Hello.
So for those that don't know Moses is a mod of the community. He has been a mod for how long at this point?
2 years almost.
2 years. That is insane.
Well, not almost. It's in December.
Okay, so like a year and a half.
1.5.
Year and a half. KillerPotetMoses, where are you from?
I am from the northern corner of the world.
Okay,
in
so
Europe.
Where is that?
Norway.
That is
more
awesome.
Specifically. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So your name is very unique. Where did your username come from? KillerPotetMoses. What is that about?
It has no thought behind it, really. It started as KillerPotetMoses back when I played Battlefield 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stuck with me until I started playing DayZ, actually. And I needed a nickname. And the best nickname I could come up with was Moses. And so I switched or added 2 letters in the end. And also capitalize the K, P, and M. So made it more fancy.
Oh, so killer, what is that? So is potet, like what does potet mean?
Well, potetmos means mashed potato in Norwegian.
Oh. So you're a killer potato.
Basically, yeah.
Cool. So you fit right into the Looney Bin, basically.
Yeah.
Killer mashed potatoes. Awesome. I love mashed potatoes, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we gathered some questions from the mods. We've got some topics that I know that you want to talk about. So we'll kind of go through those and you know, try to get to learn more about you. So the first question that we have for you is why would you climb a rock?
In my opinion, that's the only thing you can do with a big rock that you can't lift.
That's true.
Yep. Generally, rock climbing is just my preferred way of exercising. And yeah, I've tried a lot of different ways of exercising, but climbing is very... you can adapt climbing to your everyday shape, your everyday mood. You can have it be social. Yeah, and also I like the progress that you do, or you can feel the progress very well when you do climbing. So I like to see progress when I do things.
Sure.
I have a really hard time being in a gym, lifting weights or jogging. Everything like that is just too boring for me to keep motivated.
So how long have you been rock climbing for?
About 12 years.
What?
I think.
That's like more years than I've been alive. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
So do you do just like indoor, or is it indoor, outdoor? Do you do both?
Mainly indoor sports climbing.
Okay.
So climbing with rope and bouldering.
Ah, yes. And so for bouldering, for those that don't know, is like instead of like the really, really tall ones that you have to like get harnessed for, it's just like usually like it's what, like maybe 10 feet tall, and it's like all about going on the exact paths, right? It's all about pathing and going on only certain rocks that are like usually color coordinated, right?
Yeah. So bouldering is basically more of a problem solving kind of thing rather than just climbing up to reach the top.
That's cool. And so for like outdoor climbing, have you climbed like any, like, you know, Mount Everest or something crazy?
And definitely not Mount Everest, no. So since I mainly stick with sports climbing, I do routes that are bolted, so they're usually not very high up, like I would guess in feet, 120 feet would probably be about the highest I've been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and as I said, I stick with sports climbing because I don't feel comfortable setting my own safety anchors yet. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I rather trust the people that set up bolts for me, and I can feel safe on those.
So, our next question is, what got you interested in the Viking way of life? Because, you know, we've heard that you are actually a real Viking.
Yeah, pretty much. I stem directly from the Viking Age.
Okay.
I time traveled over here. No, but it started with my friends. They were looking or tasting a lot of beers and different things, and they invited me, but I was never really interested in beer. So I asked, okay, could we try mead one day? and we did, and I really loved it. And that's basically where I started to look into the history of Vikings, and I also ended up getting an outfit, and I also found out there's a Viking festival near where I live, so
that's awesome.
Had to try that as well.
Yeah. I mean, Norway seems like a good spot for Vikings, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the festival is on historical ground as well, so you see grave mounds, you see traces after the Viking Age on the festival ground. So
alcohol got you into being a Viking. That's very interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the fun thing is I don't really drink that much. I just enjoy tasting new things, mainly. So if I go out for a weekend, I will mainly alternate between mead and sour beer. That's my go-to thing.
So have you done like any like axe climbing? What axe throwing or anything? I don't know, anything violence related? You know, for Vikings.
I wish I had done a few more violent things, but no.
Oh gosh, don't say that. Don't admit to any of those on the show, please. We are not liable for any of that.
I mean, in a playful way, like.
Yes, playful violence. I love it.
Yeah. As friends.
Yes, of course, like consensual violence.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I tried some axe throwing and bow and arrow.
Oh, but, yeah, that's cool. I used to do that a lot as a kid. The shooting arrows. Good times. Harder, pretty difficult, honestly. Like, especially when you're, you know, trying not to hit yourself. You can like really hurt yourself. I actually had a friend who was shooting arrows, and the arrow basically fell off of the, like as he was shooting, like swung off the bow and went through his hand. So it can be really dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever had any like silly injuries? Like just not even like from shooting arrows, but just any like the silliest injury you could think of.
Well, then related to the Viking stuff, no. But well, mainly my injuries are concussions, so I've rarely broken anything.
Yeah, that's not very funny, anyways. You know, like hitting your head, like.
But the silliest thing is probably when I went snowboarding, and it was the first time that season I stood up on the board and I fell straight back down and hit my tailbone.
Oh no!
Couldn't sit for a few weeks.
Oh gosh!
That my tailbone might actually have been broken though. That might have been the only thing I've broken.
I've definitely had a similar story with tailbone injuries. That is not an enjoyable injury.
No.
But let's get to the real questions here, okay? The serious questions that I want to know. What do you think of garden gnomes?
I haven't encountered a lot of garden gnomes actually, but just just in case, I suggest people just kick them over. Because I'm pretty sure they are up to evil things in this world. Okay. So you want people to vandalize other people's property. Okay. Again, the show is not liable for any of this. Don't destroy them, but at least kick them over so they get a feeling of not being wanted here.
Yeah, you want to show dominance over the garden gnomes. You know, that's very important.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this Wim Hof method? Am I even saying this right? This is something that you wrote down that you want to talk about. Explain to me what this is about. That's a challenge
to explain. Well, basically the Wim Hof method, and it also kind of go together with the self-psychology thing that I mentioned. Is a way that I use to get out of when I had trouble with, mental issues that make you lose motivation in work or in life in general. I use the Wim Hof method and self-psychology as a way of coping with those things, or get out of it, so to say.
So what is it? What, like, if you could describe it in the simplest form possible?
The Wim Hof method consists of breathing techniques, focused meditation, and cold exposure. So to strengthen your body and mind, basically, and your mental health.
Gotcha. And this is something that you want to kind of pursue more, isn't it?
Yeah. Together with self-psychology, try to combine those two things and maybe become an instructor who can teach other people about it.
That's cool. That's awesome. So what do you do now? If you don't mind me asking, like, what are you working on now?
My work currently is I work as a helicopter technician.
What?
I've been doing that for 13 years, I think.
That is awesome.
So, yeah, it's fun. But obviously, I've done the same thing for 13 years. So that's why I kind of try to find interest in other things as well. See if I can go a different way or a different path.
That's really cool. Have you ever flown a helicopter?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just like a normal thing. You're just like, man, I got to move this helicopter to the shop, I just kind of fly it over.
No. I'm not moving the helicopter. I don't fly alone at all.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you get to help on the missions sometimes as a load master as well. So you get to see places in Norway that you've never seen before as well. So
that's really cool. I'm sure there's like some really pretty spots in Norway too.
Yeah, and some very weird spots as well.
So do you consider yourself a hunter or a gatherer?
I have been hunting.
You have?
For a big part of my life. Yeah. So, but right now, I would probably say I'm probably more of a gatherer.
Now, did you hunt with like bow and arrows or?
No, shotgun.
Okay. What did you hunt?
Mainly birds.
Did you shoot any? Did you have any mashed potato aim?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's like something I've cut down on more now with other interests.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like if you had potato aim, it might be hard for you to, catch anything,
Yeah. Demotivation is high.
Yeah. So speaking of animals, if you could be any animal for a day, what animal would you be? And what day?
Oh, that's a question I didn't think about actually. Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
Well, you have to choose one because it's about to happen. We're making it happen on the show. Surprise! It's a special treat for you. We're gonna make you any animal you want for one day.
Dolphin. What? Yeah, dolphin. That's cool, but I'm actually no.
You have to choose one. You're not allowed to leave the show until you pick one. Favorite animal, or just something cool like a bird or something. Well, I guess you can already fly because you're a helicopter technician, but
yeah,
a whale,
a penguin. Also, a penguin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penguins are really cool. Is it because you want to be able to dance?
Or not able to dance, maybe just dance on the spot, like
little happy feet
on the spot. Yeah.
Okay, so what day though? What day?
Friday. Yeah.
Friday. Friday's a good day.
Yeah, probably the best day in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Okay, I've got one more question for you, saving the best question for last. Obviously, this is something that everyone wants to know. Using only what you have right now, how many zombies could you kill before you get taken down?
Oh, that's unlimited.
Unlimited?
I can go on forever. Yeah. And when I'm done, I'm gonna continue in Valhalla.
You have any weapons with you right now to help arm you?
No, actually, I only use my fists right now.
Wow. You're just gonna punch zombies, an unlimited amount of zombies. I'm gonna call your bluff on this. I can't believe you.
I'll show one day.
Yeah? Are you preparing for this day?
Yep.
Well, it might happen sooner than later. I mean, who knows, with how crazy things are. But anyways, Moses, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to say any final words to the community about you, feel free. The floor is yours.
No.
Oh.
No, please. I don't want to say anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for our guest today. Big round of applause to Moses. Let's give some claps in chat. Moses is an awesome, fantastic mod. I have had the pleasure of meeting Moses several times at conventions over the past couple years. He's a fantastic human being and a great moderator for the community. Big thanks for Moses for being our first Looney guest on the show. We will be right back, guys, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about some more Cyberpunk news, some streaming platform drama and information, and more. Lowdown continues right after this. Be right back. And we're back. Thank you, Moses, again for being on the show, being the very first guest interview that we've had. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about our interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's a really cool way to meet members of the community, and we are actually going to be opening up a call for guests. So if you want to be on our show, we have a link for you guys, a sign up form. in the description below this video. So check it out. If you want to be interviewed, feel free to apply. We're looking for experts in certain fields. If they want to share something about something they're really passionate about, or just get interviewed because you are a longtime loony and you want to be on the show. So again, big round of applause. Give it up for Moses. Not easy being a guinea pig. Moses did a fantastic job, and I hope you guys learned something cool. He's a very interesting loony, way more interesting than me. I mean, geez, maybe I should just give up the stream for someone more interesting. As you guys can see from the screenshot, we have a well, this was a leak until it was actually officially announced. Cyberpunk themed Xbox One X has been announced. It was initially leaked and initially teased by Xbox, and both Cyberpunk were teasing this leading up to the release. An unlisted trailer was found, and the internet got a hold of it, of course, and so they're like, you know what? Okay, here we go. This is a limited edition bundle that's going to be available starting in June, which is interesting because that is obviously coming up, and we've had a lot of things get delayed lately, and it's surprising that they're actually going to be able to meet this June deadline. Includes decals that glow in the dark, laser etchings, LED lights, and custom panels. A custom controller and the Cyberpunk 2077 game are also included, which the game is in September, so I don't know how that's going to work. But anyways, we do have a trailer to show you guys. Let me get that pulled up so we can watch the reveal trailer together. Here we go.
Piece of Night City with Xbox One.
Okay. So this is supposed to be coming out in June. It looks really awesome. Really, really cool. Very PogChamp hype. But I gotta say no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news. I'm going to be the negative Nancy. I say no to this, and here's why. The Xbox has, for many, including myself, been no more than a very expensive paperweight on my desk for the past year, if not more. And to me, the Xbox One / Xbox One X has been, out of all the consoles, just the worst of them all, because Microsoft has put these games on the computer as well. So if anyone has a PC, you can just play them on the PC, and why wouldn't you? The exclusivities available on the Xbox is far inferior compared to what's on the PlayStation or the Switch. And also, we're supposed to be getting a new Xbox in just 6 months or so. So to me, why? This is crap. I'm sorry. I mean, it's nice to get hyped for the Cyberpunk themed console. Obviously, if Cyberpunk was coming out last week like it was supposed to, it would probably be a little bit different. But I think now at this point, like, you might as well just wait for the next console. You're kind of just burning money. And it just seems like it's like a little bit too late. The timing just is not good. So I say no to the console. I'm sorry. I say no. I think it's just, to me, not appealing at all. It looks cool. I'm excited for Cyberpunk, but it's just, what is the point? What is the point in spending money on a limited edition console that is going to have no value in 6 months? So I hate to be the negative Nancy here, but I think it's just not a great idea at all. So I don't know if you guys agree, disagree. Let me know what you think. But to me, I don't even know where my Xbox is since I've moved. I moved, like 6 months ago. It's just been gathering dust somewhere in my closet. It's been pretty much a complete waste. I didn't even upgrade to the Xbox One X. I've never felt a reason to, compared to like the PlayStation. And yes, I do think that obviously the ability for an Xbox game to be on the PC is beneficial for a limited amount of people, right? Because most people, if you have a console, you probably don't have like a, $1,000, $2,000 gaming PC, whatever. I'm a streamer. It's obviously different. I have everything. But to me, it just seems like if this was for the next generation, I would be really hyped. But the fact that it's just 6 months out from the next generation of consoles, it's just like, why? But I'm sure people will eat it up. I mean, Cyberpunk is, again, I'm hyped for, and I'm going to get a lot of criticism for this, but I think it is really, really overhyped. And I think that I have faith in CD Projekt Red of making a really good game, but I'm trying not to get way too overhyped for this. Like, we've fallen for this trap so many times as gamers of just fantasizing so much about a game that we've seen so little about that the expectations become unachievable and people will be disappointed. It's just kind of insane that we keep doing this. And a lot of the times it's games that will just like severely flop. Sometimes it's games that are good, but just like, we've created these just really, really high expectations, and so it's going to be hard to meet them, for any game to meet them. So anyways, we got Cyberpunk slated to launch in just a few months. We talked about it last week. They are still on track for their September launch. I hope it's good, but I'm just worried people are so fan crazy about a game that's not even out, like so obsessed. Like, people are going to be buying up this limited edition console and like drooling over it. And to me, it's just like it's just like repeated mistakes, I think, that we gamers tend to make about certain games. But that's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree or disagree with that. If you're going to snatch this up or not. It is going to be coming out in June. We have some talk about Ninja Shroud being on Mixer. There's a show or / podcast that Nadeshot and Courage run. They had Dr. Lupo on their show to talk about, obviously, like, what's happening with Valorant and Ninja and Shroud being prominent FPS gamers, how they're doing on Mixer. They both moved to Mixer within the last 6 months, and it's no secret that their numbers are nowhere near what they would be getting on Twitch. They're like, Ninja's barely hits 10,000 viewers anymore, as opposed to the 40K plus regularly that he was hitting on Twitch. With Valorant, it's easy to say that Shroud and Ninja would be getting 200,000 viewers, just like Summit is right now if they were still on Twitch to this day. And that was like the main point of the discussion on this podcast. And Nadeshot was saying that it had to have been like a substantial profit to move to Mixer, and that the money is worth it. They're justifying it. Nadeshot emphasizes that the amount of money Ninja got isn't just money for himself, but it's generational wealth, right? It's for his family, future kids, their kids, etc., right? They're set for life kind of thing. And while that is true, I am of the opinion that they probably, I would guess that Ninja and Shroud, or at least one of them, definitely resents the decision, because the amount of money, I just feel like, compared to the viewership, like the money that they were already making from being a streamer on Twitch was enough to set them up, especially for Ninja. Hands down, the money that he made on Twitch was still setting him up for life. Yeah, it's like not ever a guarantee, right? This is guaranteed money versus predicted income, of course, right? You just never know what's going to happen. But I think it's fair to say that if Ninja was still on Twitch, he would be dominating in the Valorant directory, continuing to do well. And that's still a lot of money, right? That's still a lot of money to be made there, especially in terms of, you still have Twitch subs and bits. And while Mixer does have these revenue models, when you have a fraction of your viewers, we're talking about like 25%, if not less, of his Twitch viewer base, that's going to be significantly less money. So to me, I think that obviously they're going to defend their move, and they're going and I've seen this many times. I've seen this with a lot of streamers where they defend their move, they defend it, they're happy, they say they're happy, they love it until they don't, until the contract runs up. And guess what? The second it is, they're coming back to Twitch. We've seen this time and time again with a lot of streamers that have signed early contracts with Mixer. We've seen it with Facebook. They always come back to Twitch. Twitch is the top dog. Twitch is the place to grow. And people love good numbers. And I think even people of Ninja and Shroud's size, yes, they've made it. They're set. And they've got this, guaranteed money from being on Mixer. I still feel like they're looking at the viewership and being like, I wish I was getting 200,000 viewers, because I know how streamers work. Like, they've already made a ton of money. What's a few more $1 million compared to getting 200,000 viewers? The difference is just not comparable. The streamers, there's this drive to grow, this drive to continue to be relevant, this drive to grow your following. And if you're not doing that, then really how safe is this money? Yeah, they're probably set up for life, but I still feel like the nature in streamers is just to continue to want to grow, to continue to want to, increase their following. And I'm interested to see what happens in a year. I'm not sure how long these contracts are for. Is it 1 year, 2 years? I can't imagine it being locked in for more than that. And seeing how the platform changes, seeing how their decisions change. Like, will they come back if their contract runs out? We've seen it many times. Booker agrees. Booker agrees with me. He really does. So, yeah. Basically, they talked about the decision of Ninja moving to Mixer worth it. And I think the decision at the time was fine, but I can't help but think if I was Ninja or I was Shroud, I would be wanting 100,000 viewers. I would be wanting to grow. And that's just not happening on Mixer. We went over stats of Mixer versus Twitch last week, the Q1 stats, and it is really scary to see Mixer only have 2% of the streaming market. 2%, while they have something like a third of new creators streaming on their platform. They are suffocating themselves. They are struggling to get new viewership. The Ninja and Shroud acquisitions were not enough, and you can see that now with the stats. They need to pull more people over if they want to make a difference. But if they don't, then you have Ninja and Shroud just becoming more irrelevant by the day. Just the effect of, being on that platform for 6 months and seeing your viewership go from 40K plus to barely hitting 10K for Valorant, a game that everyone's hyped for, and just not even being able to pull like half of what you used to. I mean, that's got to feel bad. On Twitch, they would definitely be hitting 200,000 plus viewers. Easy. Very easy to say that. Summit is hitting that. And Shroud and Ninja, or especially Shroud, like that is his game. So we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously they've got a lot of money, but I think there's a lot more behind the scenes that, people put on a face. Of course, you're going to defend your decision. You're not going to be like, I regret this in the middle of a contract. Like, you want to prove people wrong. But that's not happening. And I'm really curious to see what Mixer looks like in 6 months' time, in a year from the initial acquisition of Ninja, seeing what happens, seeing if Ninja's still on there a year from now. We'll see. Very interesting scenario. I want Mixer to succeed. Competition is good. It's good to push Twitch. It's good for us as streamers to have competitive platforms and not have Twitch be a monopoly on the situation. But right now it's just not looking good. It's not looking good for Mixer. Yeah, so we'll definitely follow on that. And there was the video. We'll include the video of this discussion. We'll probably go through it this week, I think, in more detail. But we'll have the link for you guys if you want to watch the video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's a very interesting discussion, and we'll definitely talk more about it this week. Speaking of streaming platforms, Facebook Gaming is going to be launching a dedicated gaming app. It is set to release April 20th, which is today. Would you know? And it's going to be only available for Android devices. It is the goal is to curate and focus on the streaming community. As you may or may not know, Facebook has live streamers on it. They're trying to grow their live streaming base. They've actually acquired a few Twitch streamers. They've been paying some Twitch streamers to come over there, and the interesting thing is they've often offered flexible contracts where they have allowed streamers to stream on other platforms and not exclusive to Facebook. So we've seen streamers get pulled to Facebook, but also start streaming on Mixer to try to double dip, which I think is a fantastic idea. If you want to entice a streamer to move over, is give them more flexibility, not less. So love the idea, but we've seen streamers try this out in the past, and again, just goes back to they usually come back to Twitch, but we have seen a lot of creators stick to Facebook Gaming. Facebook's clearly trying to ramp up their presence in the streaming market, as with the current situation, a lot of people are at home. Streaming platforms are a booming right now. And I think initially this app was, I believe, planned. I'm looking in my notes here. I think that the app was supposed to come out a little bit later, but they kind of pushed things up because of everything happening right now. The company has plans to release the app for iOS devices once, quote, Apple approves them, so I'm sure that's going to be soon. The app will have a go live button, and once people are live, their stream will appear on their personal page so friends and followers can watch. It will also highlight casual games that people might play online already, including Words with Friends. Facebook has over 1 billion active users on the planet, so they've got a strong presence they can leverage going forward, something that a newer dedicated platform like Mixer has been struggling with. And this is definitely true. And I think, obviously putting it on mobile, which is a big chunk of viewership, is definitely a good move. It makes it more accessible. I think one of the problems that Facebook has had is discoverability. People don't it's hard to find where the hub of live streaming is. It's very difficult to find where someone's live stream is located and to browse games and stuff. I've had to Google it a few times to just find the right page, to find where everyone's listed. So having it on the phone, having a dedicated app, at this point, you're just going to need a phone that can hold just all of Facebook's apps. You have Facebook, then you have its messaging service on a separate app, and now their streaming service on a separate app. I don't even know if this is the right move, but maybe they should just keep it to one app. But obviously tapping into their 1 billion active users is a smart play. If anyone can get into the live streaming cut of, the sphere, it is going to be YouTube and Facebook, where they already have a user base. They can tap into that. And that just goes back to why Mixer struggles so much, because they don't have that. They're not coming from anything. Mixer is owned by Microsoft, and they're trying their best to leverage the Microsoft Xbox users, but no one wants to watch someone streaming from their Xbox. No one wants to watch someone stream from their PlayStation. The quality is always really low. There's usually no camera, terrible mic, playing Fortnite. They're 14 years old. The people that are accessing the app are all 14 years old, typing smiley faces and emojis, So they're trying to tap into it, but it just really doesn't compare to the big dogs like YouTube and Facebook, where you have millions and millions and millions of people that they can just leverage and shift to the live streaming area. And I think this is why Mixer will continue to struggle, because they just don't have that same leverage. And they can do better, right? They can do better. They have games. They could leverage access to games. Getting Mixer streamers early access to streaming games could be a huge play. Halo could be a massive moment for Mixer if they do some type of exclusivity with Mixer as a platform where you can only watch it there, where you can get first looks. They need to do that more if they want a chance to be a part of this competition. Really. But anyways, I digress. Going back to Facebook Gaming saw a 210% increase in view time over the course of 2019. And this move and the language used suggests they will continue to invest in gaming, seen it as a major opportunity and popular way for people to connect online. This year is super exciting for live streaming. It is such an exciting time, and in not a great way. Admittedly, it's not great what's happening right now, and you know, it sucks, right? But still, there is at least a little light shining through where esports and streaming is getting a lot more legitimacy and attention. Hello, there's money in live streaming. People are going to flock to it. Businesses are going to keep an eye on it. So moving on, we have some unfortunate news related to the current situation. Comic-Con 2020 has been canceled. This was confirmed this weekend in a press release in light of the ongoing situation and lockdown orders. For the first time in its 50-year history, San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled outright. Instead, the show will return July 22nd to 25th, 2021. San Diego Comic-Con is one of the biggest and most well-publicized culture conventions in the world. Major Hollywood announcements and reveals happen here. This was bound to happen. We're going to have more of this happening. It feels bad, man, for sure. But it is a necessity. It's crazy what's going on right now, and this is an unfortunate side effect, you know. So it will be back next year. Sucks. Definitely sucks. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. One year I'm gonna go to this. I've actually never been to a Comic-Con. Next up, we have my recommended read, which I've been really excited to talk about because I'm a nerd. Hello, did you know this? Our recommended read comes from the Harvard Business Review. The article is called "Don't Let Your Obsession with Productivity Kill Your Creativity." I wrote a little bit of a spiel about this one. This article highlights an important distinction between being productive and being creative, and how the systems and routines you may have lend to a productive day-to-day, but you're struggling to find those creative moments. I'm going to read an excerpt from the article, and also if the mods can link it in the chat, that'd be super helpful. From the article, consider this comment from screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, the mastermind behind the television show West Wing and films like Moneyball and The Social Network. He told The Hollywood Reporter that he takes 6 showers a day. "I'm not a germaphobe," he explains, "but when his writing isn't going well, he'll shower, change into new clothes, and start again." Sorkin's trade relies on him minting something fresh on the regular, sometimes hourly, basis. And it occurred to him that his best thoughts were not happening in moments of fevered concentration, but when he was in the shower. So he had a shower installed into the corner of his office and makes regular use of it. He has described the process as, quote, "a do-over for triggering original ideas." I really like this article because it speaks to me as a content creator. As a full-time streamer, I'm running a business. I have meetings, emails to check, shows to plan, graphics and special events to work on, and even more on my to-do list. But often when I'm sitting here at my desk, I feel frozen when it comes to working on new ideas. I feel like there's a fog in all the ideas and thoughts I had swirling around my head a minute ago when I was laying on the couch or soaking up the sun or taking a hot shower, are just gone. Things that made sense to me moments ago are convoluted or distorted or gone completely. I didn't really understand this frustrating phenomenon before I read this article, and now it makes perfect sense. My office is work mode. It's where I get things done. If I'm sitting at my desk and I'm not being productive, I'm wasting time. This workspace is not meant for me to be inspired, and that's okay. It just means I need to find a creative space. I'd love to get a small, simple, clean desk for my bedroom where I could write or read. I mean, heck, I feel like I'd just be inspired by just having that in my bedroom, just having it around without even actually sitting at it. It's not really an option right now for me to get a desk with how things are, but I am determined to craft a space with what I have available and see if it helps my mindset. And obviously, I'll keep you guys updated on that. If you'd like to check out my recommended read for this week, link is in the description below. And now it is meme time. Earlier this week, I sent out a tweet on Twitter and wanted you guys to submit some memes to be shown on Monday's Lowdown. We have some submissions from this. If you want to check out all of these submissions, feel free to check out my Twitter link. We've got the link for you guys. But we do have some awesome submissions, so we're going to take a look at them. First up, we have from Ninja Smacks, who actually made this art. He is an artist, so you should definitely check him out. Big shout out to Ninja Smacks. This is our 2020 art here. The Stinker 2020. Get it? Instead of the thinker. Amazing. Wow. Accurate. Very good job, Ninja. Nice little custom work there. From DJ Luffy Sticks. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, crap. Wait. I don't get it. Really? The Thinker, it's a very popular... It's like one of the most popular works of art. Okay. Well, my art history isn't that good either, to be fair. The struggle for people with glasses. If you don't get it, it's because you don't wear glasses. From Early Bird Nerd. Due to less pollution, the Universal logo is now visible. Maybe I should include some fake laughter here. Okay, it's not working. Cool. Glad my audio is working as intended. Favorite meme. Awesome. Nice job, Early Bird. Thank you for your submission. Next up, we have from Kavoth. Toilet paper seeds, 25 cents each. Anyone selling some toilet paper seeds can grow your own toilet paper. Now on sale. Man, if only my fake laughter laugh track was working, this would be so much better. Just had to do it myself. Grow your own TP tree. From Degenerate. Having trouble forcing yourself to stay at home, just shave your eyebrows off. If you're struggling to stay in your house so that you and everyone else do not get sick, just shave your eyebrows. You will not want to go out in public. You will not want to leave your house. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't care anymore. You know, it could be worth trying just to see if you like it or not. You know, just try it out. See, it could be a new look. I mean, worst case, you can always stencil them back in. You know what I mean? For a few months until they grow back. I wonder how long it takes eyebrows to grow in. Here is a pro tip by Kavoth. If you're low on toilet paper, just go to CVS and buy a pack of bubblegum and you will have toilet paper for days. I mean, just look at the size of this receipt. Amazing. Amazing. And last but not least, if you haven't seen my Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter because I post some great memes, and including this one that I created myself that I'm so very proud of. It is a PSA to those protesting a virus so they can get their haircuts. I heard that this barber is still taking on customers. Place could use some sweeping, but otherwise he's great. So if you guys really, really need a haircut right now in a time where no one can see your hair, definitely stop by this barber. Still open for business. There's a great pie place below on the first floor. Check it out. Check it out. And now for our word of the day. Our word of the day / week is epicenter. Epicenter is a noun, the central point of something, typically a difficult or unpleasant situation. I did not come up with the sentence, so I don't agree with the example sentence here, but the example sentence is, this stream is the epicenter for all trolling, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So my challenge to you, epicenter, pretty easy word to say, you know, not like ennui. But feel free to try to apply that in chat this week. Epicenter. The stream is the epicenter for all trolling. I know. And last but not least, to round off the show, we've got our clip of the week. You guys get to submit clips on our Discord. We will pick the best one, and that person's gonna get some candy to use in the Twitch stream. And we get to all watch and laugh at me together. It's a great time. So this week's clip comes from Souls at Zero, and it's gonna be some really epic Mario gameplay. Take a look. Oh my gosh! Look at me, I'm Zelda. If only Zelda was a girl, guys. If only, you know? You hate to see it. If only. Yes, I know. Well, I guess this does explain why this stream is the epicenter for all trolling. And it may not stem from me, the streamer, being a troll. I apologize. I can't help myself. It's in my blood to be a troll. Big thanks to Souls at Zero for submitting that stream. You're gonna get some candy. Enjoy your candy. Thank you for submitting clips. And that's gonna do it for today's show. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lowdown. If you're watching from YouTube, please let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Really do appreciate you guys watching our 3rd episode. If you guys have any feedback for the show, we have a Discord channel dedicated just for suggestions for improving the show, but also content that you guys want to see. So if you have anything that you'd like me to cover on the show, feel free to hop over to the Discord server. It's going to be discord.gg/Lowco. Come over to the Discord server, come hang out with us, check out the Lowdown Suggestions channel, and feel free to suggest anything you'd like to see about the show to be improved or shown on the show itself. As a reminder, we are looking for a writer/producer to help craft the show week to week. So if you are good at writing and you want to help out the show, it is a paid entry-level part-time position. ! Apply, or go to loco.tv/lowdownapply. Check it out and feel free to apply. I would love to get some help, and you will be paid for it as well. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate that. This has been the Lowdown with Lowco. We'll see you next time.